Welcome to the UI UX mentorship session by Sesan Osanyibi from Germany. You're welcome, Sesan.
I started my journey back as 2014 as pretty much like a front-end developer who wanted to just, make end for just try to make some money for himself. I can remember this very day when I started my career. I wanted to get a laptop for my parents, and my parents like, I'm not going to buy a laptop for you. And this very moment, I said, okay, the only way I can convince them that I'm going to get a laptop from him, of my parents, basically is to start learning how to design with 3D modeling. It's called 3D Max, that was 2009, with a very big computer. And when I started, I showed my dad that, oh, I can do street lights. I can build a house with 3D modeling. And I was very impressed. But the real truth is that I wanted to get a laptop because I wanted to play a game. That was the major reason why I wanted a laptop. And of course, you see how life is. You go to university, you try to read, you try to like cram and point back to your lecturer so that you can get a very good grade. But man, it was not working for me when I was doing a lot of programming. And one of the greatest things that happened to me was working with this company called Ventures Garden Group. When I started there, I still did not even know what I wanted to do. So I tried to be a developer, but I knew that this was not just the thing I wanted to really do in my life. And when I was also developing, when sometimes you try to develop, if your people who is from a creative, space, when I was developing, I would always sleep while developing. I said, do you know what? I don't think I really want to do this. And then I did a first prototype at Ventures Garden Group for a particular project, and everyone was blown away. It's like, wow, so you did this prototype? And I'm like, yeah, I did it. I just watched some YouTube videos and they were like, this is so amazing. At that very moment, I knew that I guess I've been called to be a designer. And at that time, it was not so very popular and all that. So my journey moved on from Ventures Garden Group. I went to InterSwitch. I worked there for a while, made a lot of friends, did some great amazing things. I don't know if everyone knows InterSwitch, but InterSwitch is like one of the leading company in payments in Nigeria, I guess, yeah. So afterwards, I tried to apply to the so-called Europe. Everybody would like to say, I want to work in Europe. That's like the dream of all designers or developers or whatever you're doing. Your dream is to, to work in Europe. And the very thing that people are not aware of is that you can never get to that place, to the top, without going through a lot of sweats, a lot of hard work. So I applied to different companies about 250 times. 250 times I applied and I applied and I applied, rejections here and there. Eventually I got my job with Dreamlines, which is a cruising company. And that's how I moved to Germany. So that's my little short introduction of myself. We are in a new era that everybody's so much concerned about. I want to be a product designer. I want to be a user experience designer. I want to be a customer designer. There is going to be so many titles in the next 5 to 10 years, next 15 years. But the fundamental thing is that if you look back in time, everybody wanted to be a web designer. And that was the in thing. Everybody was like, I want to be a web designer, I want to be a web designer. And 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, that role of being a web designer began to, began to put it into different segments that, oh, I think we need to get out a user experience designer, we need to get a user interface designer. And before you knew it, it became a very big industry. And everybody right now wants to be a designer. Everybody wants to be a product designer. And I've been seeing that all over on Twitter. If you're just even starting out, I'm a designer, I'm a product designer. And the names are very sweet. And one of the things I also want us to, get out from this conference is that it's not all about the title. It's about what do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? Understanding that would guide you to whatever you want to achieve in life, whatever you want to do in life. The fundamental thing is that what do you want to do? Moving into the world of design, we can see that things are really involved. Things have really changed. Right now, everybody's like iPhone 11. I think I'm old school right now. iPhone X or iPhone 17 or whatever. So we have different iPhones. You have different Android phones. Everything is like, everybody's just bringing it out and all that. But the foundational thing again we need to ask ourselves is that design is not just about what it looks like. It is how it feels. And that is what people like Apple are selling. They are selling the experience. They are selling like, the reason why someone would pay so much money, like $700 for a phone, is not because I can't just buy a phone that is $200 or $100. It's an experience, and experience gives you that sense of pride. Like, yeah, I'm using the phone. I mean, I don't know what the people, if you're a gamer in the house, I would like you to just raise your hand. Like, I'm a gamer. Okay, I think I can see some hands going up and down, which is very encouraging. Right now we can see that there is a new game right now called PS5. Yeah, and PS5 is now the in thing. Everybody wants to buy PS5, and you know what they are selling is the design, is the beauty. And that is what everybody would rush at, right? So now we understand that design is not just about making things, like aesthetics, or like, it's about the emotion, right? That's what we are looking at. But the big question now is, why do I want to be a designer? Why do you want to be a designer? So let us make it very interactive. I would just like to get a few people's, like input here. I want to just on the chat room. Why do you want to be a designer? To make money? Just want to know, please, can we just type it out on the chat room? Just to know that everybody's following along. Why do you want to be a designer? Okay. Wow, man. You're my friend. That is she or E, yeah. Actually, okay, to innovate, to make money, to make money, mainly because of money. Fantastic. Man. Okay, I think I can see my people. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I love being creative. To make life easier. I want to be creative, to solve problems, and to make money. Chinaza is saying creation of products, to make user experience better, and to make money. So I think the fundamental thing is everybody's like, to make money. Okay. All right. So thank you guys. But you can keep it. You can keep on bringing it in. That'll be very good. Okay. So we all know that I want to make money, and the real truth is that I had to myself a question. Someone who is developing, right, and someone who is designing. Remember that the title of this conference is "We're entering into the new norm." And we see that things are really evolving. And the bottom line is that everybody wants to, I mean, not everybody, but few people would want to make money because that is the end goal. I mean, why should I not just do something that is easy and yet I am making money? Fantastic. And for those who are thinking about being creative to solve problem, that is really good. Because for those who are in the category of to solve problems, you're part of the 20% of their entire population. But don't get me wrong, money is involved though. Because I mean, if you're very good at what you do, you'll bill for it. You pay. I mean, people will pay you for what you're good at. But the fundamental thing is to solve a problem. And that is what I see many young creative people or people who have not even gotten into the idea of the creative environment is like, oh, I want to be a UI UX designer because I want to make quick money. The truth is that when you have the mindset that you want to make quick money, I would guarantee you that after 2-3 years, you will get bored because the foundation is wrong. The mindset is wrong. I would say that when I first started my career into the design world, I pretty much started charging my clients for 10,000 naira. I mean, 10,000 naira like 7 years ago is relatively okay, but for a student at that time, 10,000 naira, and I'm like, yes. But the point was that I wanted to solve a problem. And that has actually helped me in my career as I grow up, as I grow old. It's just like I want to solve a problem. I want to make people's life better. And I like with people that have said that it's about making people's life better. Of course, Benjamin is saying money is involved. Definitely money is involved. But we need to understand another thing again is, how do we become a designer? For those people who are not into the design industry, who are planning to transition into the design industry, I have made so many mistakes when I was very young, even trying to transition into the design phase, because I had nobody to guide me, and everything was more like basketballs. It's like you're trying to like find your way around it, to like find just to get to the end destination. But we are in this era right now that information is all around us. And the more we have information, the more we have what we call memory overload. And in this conference, we are just going to talk about a few points, actionable points that we can use, and that would actually guide us. So, first thing is get educated. And when I mean educated, I'm not saying go to, like a school in Harvard, or go to school in, Nigeria and all that. No, I'm saying we're in an era that everything is all around us, but how do you get those information? And the only way you can get this information is out of curiosity. How curious are you to get out that information? And one of the fundamental things that I think for me that I had when I was growing, as a young guy who was still looking out for how do I, find my balance. So there was a friend of mine who just got from the US, and I saw his designs. They were fantastic. And I was, how do I become like this guy? I want to be like this guy, And the guy's like, Sesan, what you can do is just, bros, how did you get here? That's what I'm concerned about. Stop telling me English. And when I knew that the guy was not very straightforward in trying to like help me out, I said, okay, no problem. I'll find my way around it. And one of the criteria for being a designer is how can you research? Like I said, how curious are you to solve a problem? And the problem is I want to get educated. So I have like few list of sites you can go: InVision, blog, Adobe Blog, Smashing Magazine. That is a very fantastic resource. Fantastic resource. What's going on? Someone is drawing on my screen. This is who is drawing on my screen. Okay. All right. So I think this is getting weird. Who's drawing on my screen? Okay. I don't know. This is weird. Okay. Let's continue. There are a couple of sites that you can go to. Please, if you have the time, take your time, go through this link. Please, I'm begging you. I don't know who is doing all this, but I think everybody should mute and try not to do too many things, because I don't know. I'm seeing people join on my screen right now, and that is distracting. Thank you. Okay, so like I said, get educated, get different things. This would actually help you, to move forward in life. The next thing again that I would want to talk about is know your tools. Now you might ask me, Sesan, how do I know my tools? How do I even start using my tools? These are like 3 industry standards when it comes to designing. I mean, I know people from the graphic design background. I've been used with Photoshop, Illustrator, which those are fantastic tools, but you don't want to use every tool for UI screens or UX screens. Like you want to talk about a flow and all that. So I've listed three tools that anyone here can download for Sketch. For those who are a Mac users, you can always download Sketch. Unfortunately, Sketch is not free. Figma is totally free. So if you're a Windows user, you can always go online, download Figma. Figma is totally free. It's web-based. Unfortunately, it's also internet-based. So you must have internet, right? So go online, type figma.com. You can sign up. When you sign up, you can always, start doing something. Adobe XD is also free, I guess. It's free, but I would recommend that Adobe XD is, Figma is the best tool in terms of, for those who are looking for something free. And the advantage for Adobe XD is that they have great resources online where you can learn. I mean, there's this thing on YouTube, Adobe XD Design Challenge. Go there and get started with their daily design challenge. That will actually help you to kickstart your UI, UX career or whatever you want to do. And for those who are also interested to learning how to build their design and convert that into HTML and CSS, there's a tool called Webflow. This is free at the initial phase. So you can use that to learn how to build a website from scratch. And there is tons of resources online. So get that. That's also an extra asset for you as a designer, because if anyone wants to employ a designer, having this extra skill sets is a good thing. However, it's not a must. But we are entering into an era whereby roles are broken down into smaller chunks, and you want to be valuable, right? How do you become valuable? So if you can try to download a couple of, of resources online on YouTube to not to use Webflow, that'd be very great, fantastic. The next we'll be talking about is volunteer for any project. This is one of the downfall I've seen with many young creatives. Many people want to just start designing and start making money. There was this group I have, and then I think someone posted a job post that please, someone is looking for a designer. And the guy went, okay, I'm going to charge you like 200 to 300,000 naira. And I was wondering, why would you do that? Because you've not even gotten the experience to even start a project. I don't even know what you can do. If you can start building projects, individually by yourself, that would help you to build a portfolio. That would help you to tell your future client that, hey, I can do this job. Nobody cares about if you did it for free or not.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. So thank you. So the join on the screen seems to be from your end.
I'm not even touching my screen. I'm not even doing anything. So, I mean, I'm seeing it going up and down.
All
I
right.
don't,
All right.
I'm not even touching my screen at all.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know who's doing that. Please, disable attention to notes. So how do I remove this thing? I don't know. I don't know how to remove this thing. Hey,
Hello, sir. Can you continue, sir?
okay, I would continue. I want to share my screen again now to be very sure
Okay.
that, yeah. Okay, so I guess we're back. Let us ensure that nobody is pressing anything. Okay, so it's my screen okay now, guys?
It is, sir.
Fantastic, good. So, like I said, please volunteer for projects. If it's for free, please do it. Nobody cares if it's for free, if you're talking to your potential client or to your potential candidates or whatever, I mean, whatever you want to do in the future, nobody cares. But the initial phase when you're starting out in the industry, nobody knows if you can do the job. Everybody wants to hire people who can do something, right? So please, if you have the opportunity to work with somebody who has a project, doing it for free, right? It's just like an internship position. I will do it for free for you. The point is that I want to learn and I want to get better, and then I want to showcase what I can do. Another thing is the power of networking. In my, let's say, 6 years career paths, thereabouts, one of the key things that has made me who I am today is not because I am very good. It's because I have the ability to communicate with people. I was talking to a lady in America, like she's an HR personnel, and one of the most striking thing and you know striking thing is the fact that she told me, I asked her like, okay, so how do you guys hire people? What are the things you're looking out for? And she said something that was very, very amazing. She said, just 16% of the people she hires are from CV. 16%. So what have you seen about the remaining 84%? 84 plus 16 is how many? I think it's 100, right? I guess so. But yeah, 84% of the people that she has hired in her 15 years of her career is by referrals. And there's this popular saying is that your network is your net worth. So what is your net worth? Are you just concerned about money, or are you concerned about building relationship? My first job was through a friend I met at NYC. We became very good friends. And he told me about VGG. And he said, hey, do you want to join VGG? I was like, yeah, right. And that's how I started my career. My next job was through a friend. Hey, Sesan, do you want to join into Switch? I'm like, oh yeah. And then I joined into Switch. When I was given, one of the tasks to do and for this, my job when I got to Germany, I became good friends with people on Instagram, built relationships, talked to them. One of the downfalls I've also noticed about people, I mean, young designers or whatever you're doing in life, never ever chat up people without having anything to offer. Everybody is busy. We are in an era that nobody has that time. So you have to be precise on what you want. However, everybody is also humans. We are human beings. We want someone to show us love, affection. I'll give you an instance. I can chat with someone today and say, hey, Mike, how you doing? What's going on? How's work going? I hope you had a very wonderful day. That's just an example. I'm not going to ask you how's your day, you know. I mean, I saw one of your works online. I mean, fantastic. I mean, tell me about it or something. I am more interested in that person than about me. And most times when you talk about the people, like the person you're talking to, that gives that person a sense of, okay, this guy's interested in my work. Okay, all right, let me hear you. But again, what do you have to offer? You don't want to just start building a conversation like talking about the guy. You also want to talk about, hey, Mike, I have been working on this particular project and this has been giving me a lot of issues. How do you think I can be able to improve the onboarding experience between journey A to journey B? That is a perfect way of communicating with people, especially experienced people. So when I spoke to this young person, like an ex-Googler, she worked in Google on Instagram. Luckily enough, she was online at the point where I needed an help. And I called her, I said, hey, I'm having this problem. Can you help me to solve it? And she said, okay, do it this way, this way, this way. And she helped me out. And then I applied for the job and I did the test and I passed. And then I got my job. But again, I was also proactive. So please, it's very important that it's beyond just posting things online and be saying, oh, I have wonderful pixel and everybody's like, wow, good job. For me, I like the idea that people can say that you are doing a very good job, but please take advantage of networking. Very important. LinkedIn, beef up your LinkedIn profile, let people know what you can do, talk about your experience. That is enough perception to the outside world that they can know that this guy is good at what he does. Do you understand? So guys, please work on that. Very important. Mentoring program. I cannot overemphasize the fact that mentoring is very important in everyone's career. And mentoring can come in diverse ways. You don't want to also be someone who can be buggy, always like, please, I want to do this. Can you tell me how to carry a cup, or how can I draw a rectangle? Come on, nobody has that time. Like I said earlier on, networking and mentoring is similar. If anybody wants to mentor anybody, you must show value. I must see a reason why you are important to mentor. There's a young guy I'm also mentoring right now. He's in Nigeria, young designer. I mean, I love his passion. The guy, was an engineer before, now said, okay, I want to go into the creative space. And then sometimes I will tell him, hey, do this. He's like, no, I want to do this. And I'm like, okay, whatever, do whatever you want to do. But when I began to see the consistency in trying to build himself, trying to push himself, I was like, you know what? I want to mentor this young boy. And I'm so proud of him. The guy is doing amazingly well. So I'm not looking for people to mentor yet right now, please. I have so many things I'm working on right now, but I mean, I'm open to people coming around to talk to me, to ask me questions. Please feel free to drop a line. I will get back to you as soon as possible. But please join Slack communities. There are thousands of them online. Look for them and join them and ask questions. Very important. Those people who are very curious, you would have someone to mentor you. And if you need what you call is like sort of links to get for mentorship program, you can just always hit me up. I can share some links later on after the conference. Another thing again I want us to also understand is that let people know what you're doing. Show your work. There's a guy in Nigeria. He's like one of the best designer I think I know, a motion designer. His name is Joshua. This guy is someone who's really amazing. But guess what? This guy would design something, show it to the world, I can do this. And there was a challenge online. The guy did the challenge and they submitted it. Amazingly, his design was the best in the entire world. Africans, Nigerians, I don't know where you are from. If you're all from Nigeria, fantastic. The point is that we are amazing. We are good. The problem is the exposure. And right now we are in the age whereby you can't have any excuse because the world is around you. What are you doing with your time? I don't like spending time on Instagram looking at people's hair or looking at people's best shirts or fashion. That's a waste of time. I'm still young. Why would I be spending time? I mean, I know that people here would like to do that. Please do that, have fun. But the point is that, are you making money from it? If you're not making money from it, then please do something that is valuable. Do something that is worth your time. And for me, the reason why I am here talking to you all is because I took the time to say, hey guys, this is what I do. There was a time I uploaded something on my LinkedIn and I had about 10,000 views. And I never knew that it would go that far just because I did something that for fun. I also did another design with some InVision Studio or something. I put it up on Drupal and then it went on InVision websites. And I was like, oh my gosh. The point is that if I never took the time to show my work, nobody will recognize me. So please learn to show your work online. Very important. And these two books that I have here, please, if you have the money, please buy it on Amazon. It's quite cheap, not that expensive on PDF. These two books are very amazing, and these books they've been a better person. So please, try and get this book. And congratulations. If you do the steps, you're definitely going to get there. Definitely. And another major thing again is be very confident of yourself. Never allow anybody to tell you down. Never allow anybody to talk you down. I'll just give you in the next 5 minutes, I'll give you an experience of mine. I had someone who would always call me and like, Sesan, what are you doing? Why are you being a designer? Like, do something more creative. And I've always had that self-doubt. Like, why am I really a designer? But so most times I would try to like, I want to learn React. I want to learn Angular. But it's not my thing. But I said, you know what? I'm going to stay true to what I believe. I'm going to stay true to what I think is the best for me. And that eventually paid off. I've never stopped learning. Like coming to Europe is not the end of the world. It's just it ends to a means. Don't think like now in Europe you feel that, oh fantastic, this man don't blow. I never blow. Make you understand though. But I'm just trying to say, guys, that be very confident of yourself. It is very important. And when you're confident of yourself, you can go anywhere in the world and you would ace it. So thank you guys for listening. I really do appreciate. And if you have any questions, you can leave it in the chat box, or you can talk if you want to talk. I don't know how we're going to do it. So thank you very much. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can underscore SHESAN Sesan. That is my profile on Instagram. And yeah, thank you guys. So
hello, thank you so much, Session. Wonderful session. We're so grateful. Somebody was asking to see some of your works. I think you did show some of your books. So I don't know your work specifically you wants to see. Do you want to address that?
Okay, so those books are not my books, please. They are not my books, first of all. It's a book that I would recommend people to go and buy. And if you want to see my works, I can just put it in the chat room so you can have an idea of what I do. Okay, so here is my okay. Okay, so I don't know if this is correct. Okay, I'm having a problem trying to, hold on. Everyone.
So you're having problem trying to do it?
So yeah. So I've sent my website to the group. You can always check out my works.
Okay.
And if you want to check on Instagram, just SHESAN Sesan. Yeah. Okay, Benjamin is asking a question. Which platform can be used to show your works? Okay, so first of all, I would recommend that, like I said, the world is really changing and it's changing really fast. So for a creative person, I would recommend you go to Instagram, go to Dribble and Behance, and also have a website. And that's all I can say. Yeah. So I mean, there's Twitter. People talk on Twitter. I'm not a very strong fan of Twitter. I don't know why. I've tried to be on Twitter for a while. It's not working for me. What is working for me is Dribble and Instagram. And yeah, so that's where I try to put my things up. Any other question?
All right, I think that's all the questions we have. Which platform or design community can one join? Okay, I think that would be like the final question with it. And how do I fuse the two? Is it possible to, I love design, but I also love front-end development. How do I fuse the two? Is it possible to be proficient at both? So those will be the last questions we'll take before we turn to the main session. Thank you so much, Sesan.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so okay, so which platform or design community can one join? That's a very interesting question. So the thing is, again, what is your? They said, show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are. Sorry, excuse me. So design community is in different categories, different levels. I'm trying to like figure out what design group community you can actually join that is worthwhile. Because the thing is that for me, for the community that I'm in right now, there are courses that I paid for, right, that can help me, that helped me in my career growth. And they also have a Slack channels, and it's about 500 to 600 people around the world. And I mean, you talk to people, ask them questions and all that. That's another benefit of also paying for some courses online. And if you need some, you can always chat me up. I would always recommend that for you. But right now, I don't think I can do that because of time. So the other person, like I loved front-end development. How do I fuse the two? Is it possible to be professional at both? The mind can accommodate many things. You can do anything you want to do if you set your mind to do it. But the question is, what do you want to really do? Because when you enter into the world of design as a whole, you begin to realize that it's a big word entirely from development, right? So I always try to recommend that if you really want to be good at something, focus on one thing, and then later on you can now expand, which is like a T-shape level, depending on the situation you find yourself. Oh, I need to solve this problem, and we are lacking ABCD tool or expertise in it. Then I can just pick it up and then build something, you know. So that is like the best way to learn. Always learn by doing something. Yes, you can do anything you want to do, but learn by doing something and have a result in mind. That would help you. Yeah. Okay, so Sal, could you please brief us on UI UX? I cannot brief you on UI UX because that is like a word on its own. What I just did today was to just guide you into the world of design and guide you in the world of basically UI. UI UX is a word on its own. So what I'm trying to say is try to get books online, read books online, yeah, YouTube videos online, a whole ton of resources online to learn UI UX. So I can't talk about that now. I'm very sorry. How do you overcome creative block? How can someone overcome block? Okay, I think the person said, how do you overcome creative block? I guess. How do I overcome creative block? So for me, I mean, I just walk down to the park or something like. Again, environment matters a lot, but when I was in Nigeria, sometimes I don't even do anything for like a day or two. I just like zone out, do something different, watch a movie, play games, or do something. Just cooking, like cooking can just help you out. Like for me, I love to cook. So when I'm cooking, then I'm not thinking of, oh, I think I can do this way. Oh, I think I can do it that way, and that helps me to like. That brings me out of that block zone. So that's how I've been able to like overcome that, and that's my own secret sauce. Yeah. What's the difference between UX and other design discipline? Wow. If I'm going to answer this question, we're not going to leave here. Okay, so I'll just quickly say one thing. UX is about the experience. Other design discipline is a very wide cut. I'm not very specific, and you're not very specific on your question, so I don't know what you mean by other design discipline. But in general, design is about solving a problem. If you understand that either you're doing visuals, either you're doing branding, either you're doing anything around design, is that you are trying to solve a problem. People who are doing a billboard, they're solving a problem by saying, okay, someone is driving at a very fast speed, maybe 100 kilometers per hour. How do we try to make this person see the advert in less than 1 minute, or in less than 5 seconds, or in less than 2 seconds? What can we do? Let's bump up the text and let us see if they will see it, stuff like that. So it's about solving problems. I would not want to put differences between that. That is also a different conversation entirely. Kindly drop your handle, sir. Okay, I'm definitely going to drop my handle here. Okay, yes, please. The design blog. Please, Sesan, can you share your social media handles? Different between web design and UX design. Sesan on Instagram. Thank you very much for putting that. Yeah, Sesan on Instagram. Just a moment. Let me give you my website again. I think someone was complaining about my website. So I guess that should be all with our questions. Hello, is that all? Let us know if there's any other question again.
I think that will be all. That will be all, sir. Except if you have something else for us, sir.
Well, in the meantime, no other thing. I guess everyone learned one or two things, and yeah, I think that will be all. If you have any questions, please feel free to like IG me, like send a message on IG. I will always respond, and you can always connect with me on LinkedIn, where I try to like talk about some creative things in a more professional business way. And IG, I have a lot of what they call it, educational stuff there. So yeah, I think that will be all for the session. And before we go, please, I would like to also just take a picture. I just want to take a picture of everyone to know that, okay, for those who can, okay, thank you, please, if you can all come online, like, for those who are not wearing their shirts, please put on your shirts. For those who are, looking very cool, please, okay, can the host do me a favor? Is there any way you can get everybody's face? Okay, fantastic. Okay, so
we're trying to enable that. If we can make, yeah, I think everyone can kind of enable their cam now.
Yeah, so I'm just going to take a picture, and if you can say cheese, I will be so happy.
A question from Fatima Agitunji. She says, another question is it possible to work remotely as a sales professional?
Come again, please. Cheese, and let's just say hello. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Any questions, please hit me up on Instagram. I will definitely respond to your messages. And I'm really, really happy to be with you guys, talk to you guys. I mean, this is really amazing. So Nigerians, Tualio, God bless you all, and cheers.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
And you too. Bye.